Okay. Okay. Chalo. Now we'll come to the concepts of atrial enlargement and ventricular enlargement. Recording I am doing. Okay. Now we'll come to ventricular and atrial enlargement. So this is your normal P wave. Okay. This is the diagram of your P wave. The normal P wave should be here. This is one box. This is two box, and here 0.5. Okay. It should be maximum of length of 2.5 in the width, and it should be height wise 2.5. It's actually almost 3, I think. It is 3 box like this. Okay. This is 3. It is actually like this. It is 2.5. This diagram is like that, but the normal should be 2.5 into 2.5 for P wave. It should be 2.5 small boxes in the height and 2.5 small boxes in the width. If the person is having a ECG with a tall like this T waves or a broad T wave, then they are abnormality. This is called as P pulmonale. This is called P mitral. Why it is? Because see, this is the basic mechanism for that. SA node is getting fired, you're starting to get a P wave like this. The first half of the P wave, this part, is due to the activation of right atrium. The second part of this is due to activation of left atrium. Okay. Too much into the depth of mechanisms, like why that morphologically it is changing, it is not required for your level. If there is a RA pathology which is going to cause your RA enlargement, okay, causes of your RA enlargement are, again you can go to your JVP causes. Again here you have got right ventricular failure, tricuspid stenosis, tricuspid regurgitation, or like your myxomas which are causing your tricuspid, this one, or anything. Okay, or you can having a pulmonary hypertension. All these are causing your RA enlargement. So RA enlargement is going to call a tall and peaked P wave. This is called as P pulmonale. Why it is going to cause peaking, why not widening and all, we'll not discuss. Like it is not at your level. This is P pulmonale. Something like this, tall P wave. Okay. Then we have got something called P mitral. If there is an enlargement of the left atrium, causes of your left atrial enlargement are your mitral stenosis, mitral regurgitation, dilated cardiomyopathy, again your myxomas which are causing stenosis. Okay, all these things which are causing LA enlargement. LA enlargement can be detected in two ways. One is there could be flat and broad P wave, or then could be a notching of the P waves, or this is in case of lead 2 or standard lead. I am telling there is a notch here. See, there is a notch. Or if you see the lead V1, normally the V1 lead will be equally biphasic. Okay, this is the biphasic like this. Okay, if the biphasic wave is like this, this is more than one small box, this is P pulmonale. If the biphasic wave is predominantly like this negative with holding one box here, it is bigger than one box, this becomes P mitral. Any doubts? This is the normal V1 and lead 2 should be equal. If it is tall, more than 2.5, this will be your P pulmonale. Okay, in RA, it is biphasic, it is more than one small box here. It is also biphasic, more than one small box here. This is a notching here. Here I am explaining in this. Any doubt again? Here, any doubt? Somebody message me, explain one more time, sir. Varun CK, Vamshi Krishna, once more. Should I tell once more? Please repeat. Okay. So in the P wave of the ECG, the first half is due to activity of your right atrium. The second half of the ECG wave is due to activity of left atrium. Simple to remember is, if there is any abnormality in the right atrium, the ECG is going to become peak like this. P wave. P wave is going to be peak. If there is any abnormality in the left atrium, the ECG is going to be notched like this or flat like this. So this is a P wave. So this type of P wave is called as P pulmonale. This type of P wave is called as P mitral. This is the what I showed you. This is in lead 2. There is a broad, see 3 boxes it has covered here. 1, 2, 3. 3 chota boxes. This is P mitral. Here see 1, 2, 3. 3 small boxes it is tall. This is P pulmonale. In case of V1, the waves will be biphasic. Okay. See, this is a biphasic wave in V1. If the tall P wave is there, then the early part of P wave, there is the size of the wave is so tall that it can accommodate one small box here. So this is P pulmonale in V1. If it is a P mitral, in the negative wave, it is going to accommodate one small box. It means that the size of the wave is so big that it can accommodate one small chota box of ECG. So that is your P mitral. So any doubt? Next we'll go for the ventricular hypertrophies. If the ventricle is hypertrophied like this, it is your LVH. If it is like this, you have got your RVH. LVH causes are here. Again, we know that in your cardiac clinical we discussed aortic stenosis, aortic regurgitation, okay, coarctation of aorta, systemic hypertension, all these which are going to cause volume and pressure overload conditions are going to cause your LVH. RVH causes are your pulmonary stenosis, pulmonary hypertension, okay, COPD causing vascular changes and obliterations. All these are going to cause your right ventricular hypertrophy. And your pulmonary embolism, chronic pulmonary embolism, all these are going to cause your RVH. So how are you going to detect it? Okay, battery is getting low in laptop. Okay, we'll finish in this one and we will finish. Okay, see, that time we discussed in our chest leads. Okay, what are the things which are depicted by V1 and V6? Okay, see here, this part was detected by what? You tell me. Can anyone tell? This is V1 and V6. No, what does this positive wave detect? Can anyone message me? What part of ventricle does it tell? LV, correct. Naumann said. Okay. This is small here. This is there. No, this part here, 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 here. These chota waves on V1 and negative here is showing LV. This positive here was showing LV. That is the one discussed that time. No, this one was showing your RV, RV. So now see here, RV is having bigger waveforms than LV. What does it mean? RV is showing more amount of waveforms, positive waveforms than your left ventricle. So this is right ventricular hypertrophy. Okay. If you calculate what is the axis here, can anyone do? Axis is calculated by these 6. Axis. RAD. So Varun got the answer now. So Varun was telling it could be left MI also. Right axis deviation has, see, AVF and 3 you see. 3 is having more bigger waveform. So it is going in the graph, it is going towards 3. Okay. This is the one evidence that there is a right axis deviation. Second answer for Varun. Okay. As you can see here, there is something called as ST depressions are there. Wait, I'll show you. Here, now you can see it. Here you can see in the lead 2. This is the J point which is there. It is slightly depressed here. Can you see this? After the QRS complex, the T wave are inverted. Then the T wave are inverted. Again T wave, see here, V3. There is inversion of T waves. This is here V1 inversion of T waves, V4 inversion of T wave, V5 inversion of T wave, V6 almost has come normal. If there was a lateral wall MI, then V5, V6 should have predominantly T wave inversion, not the V1 and V2. Okay. Why this V1, V2, V3, V4 and all are having T wave inversion is because there is a right ventricular hypertrophy. Because of the right ventricular hypertrophy, there has been a compensatory, like increased blood flow is not happening here. That's why there is some amount of ischemia which is occurring in the MI, like a small amount of ischemia is occurring in the right ventricular mass. That's why you are getting the ST segment depression. I'll tell you why is ST segment and all depressions are there in the next ECGs. I'll tell you. This is the ST segment depressions which we have here. See here, V1 you can have depression, V2 you are able to see some depression, V3 you are able to see some depression. All that you are having depressions here. That is a sign of your RV. See here now. This one, axis. Axis appears to be normal or left? Appears to be normal. Now see the LVH. See, this was showing your left ventricle. This was also showing your left ventricle. Both are there. Now for applying the criteria for LVH, you should take the total number of small boxes here, total number of small boxes here. If that is more than 35 small boxes, then you will tell it as LVH. And that time I told you why it cannot be something like, I told about ischemia. See here, V1, V2, V3 and all were having ST depressions. But whereas this V6 was not having anything. Now see here, V6 has ST depression, V5 has ST depression, V4 has ST depression, V3, V2, V1 doesn't have anything. So there is a left ventricular hypertrophy. Because of hypertrophy, the vessels are not able to supply the adequate amount of oxygen to them. They are having some amount of ischemia which is occurring to them. That ischemia is being depicted as ST depression. That we call something called as ST strain pattern. Okay, here we are having strain pattern in the right-sided precordial leads because of RVH. This side we are having left-sided precordial leads. We are having strain. That is slight amount of ST depression. Okay. For this one diagnosis, what you are going to do is you are going to take this positive and this negative more than 11 small boxes for right ventricular hypertrophy. I think there are definitely more than 11, no? Here I think some 8 are there. Here also some 10 are there. So I think they are 18 something. 18 small boxes. So it is going to meet the criteria for right ventricular hypertrophy. Here it should be more than 35. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 boxes are here. Here how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At least 5 are there. 6 plus 5, 11 boxes are there. 11 boxes is definitely more than 35 small boxes. 11 big boxes are there. So LVH and RVH criteria. See, this is the LVH criteria we have here. Okay. But this one we cannot always say LVH this one, because we do not have the left axis deviation is not being properly met here. Okay, the criteria is here. Left atrial abnormality is there anything? See in this. See here, negative wave is more predominant than positive. Then deep S wave in V1 or V2. See here, V1, V2. We have got a deep S waves are there. Then intrinsicoity we don't want. Okay, P mitral can be present, cannot be present. See, is there anything? Is there? No. Then AVL lead. There is tall R wave in AVL more than 11. See for the AVL. See, it is more than 11, no? More than 11. Then left axis deviation is not there. So main important are this one. Left axis deviation is more important. This is more important. If these two are meeting, then you can definitely call it as LVH. Others are add-on things. Okay, these are not. So